Phil Martelli in his first year as a head coach for the VCU Rams, who are in search of a third straight victory this afternoon, as it's time to take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Steve Burkowski, Tim McCormick with you. What jumps out when we take a look at the 10 hitting the floor first, Tim?
Steve, let's start with Lazar Djokovic, a top 5 big man in the A10. 13-6, a stud inside and a fantastic ball handler. And on the other side for Davidson, Josh Scovins, a junior standout. He had a big day on Wednesday. Why? Scored 19 versus Fordham. Scored his 1000th career point. And happy birthday, Josh.
A lot already happening in the A10 on the Saturday. Lisa and Dallin just updated you. Both teams here today, 4-2 in the league, and with Dayton and Tim losing back-to-back games, the winner of this one will be tied for third in the league standings.
I know you're already counting, but 45 days until the A10 tournament in Pittsburgh. St. Louis undefeated. Dayton lost. That's a huge one. George Mason lost. The winner of this game tied for third place.
Tim Kelly, Michael Lucky, Tim Smith, the officials in charge of this one, and Davidson controlling that opening tip, looking to get things going here on this late Saturday afternoon in North Carolina. Devin Brown, pull-up jumper, that's how you get it going.
This is all about pace, and VCU plays the fastest in the A10. Davidson, they want to push tempo too, but a game in the 80s favors the Rams.
VCU averaging just a shade under 85 points a game so far this season. There's Djokovic right out of the gates. Turnaround one-hander ties it up. We were here 2 weeks ago. We didn't see Sam Brown in the lineup, who just had the ball. Sean Logan will see some action as well. We'll see if that proves to be a difference for the Wildcats here as opposed to the struggles they had against Rhode Island.
And Rhode Island is a lot like VCU from the standpoint that they're big, strong, and they're older players. That really gave Davidson huge problems.
Rams forcing a turnover quickly into the front half is Brandon Jennings. Cut off by Brown, left-handed. Short jumper, good by Jennings, 4-2 VCU, the early lead.
And remember, if Logan is not playing right now for Davidson, really good idea for VCU to get the ball to the rim.
There is Scovins, ties it up at 4. So far, good shooting from both teams here in the first minute and change. Djokovic, right hand off the glass, doesn't go. Quickly into the front court, Davidson and Devin Brown. Sam Brown, lefty pull-up jumper, in and out.
Yeah, everybody talks about VCU's chaos defense. I think they create chaos on offense because of all their weapons.
Plateo with the loose ball. Davidson with numbers, at least momentarily. Fredrickson, jumper, front iron, no good. Miscommunication there by the Rams. Ball will stay with the Wildcats.
Josh Scovin scored 19 on Wednesday, best player on the court. He was the go-to guy, part of the pregame 1,000-point basketball. Happy birthday. And I love his bulldozer skills. When he puts his shoulder into you, he's going to do whatever he wants.
Scovin's a second-team All-Patriot performer at Army last year.
You'd think he'd be pretty disciplined, right?
I would think so. Let's go baseline, does Scovins. Cut off by Djokovic, shot clock at 8. Scovins, turnaround, back iron too strong. Rebounded by the Rams, and they're looking to push it, as they do quite often. Barry Evans into the front court, up top to Jennings. Oh, that's great front defense by Sean Logan into the game for the Wildcats.
The early question whenever you play VCU is, does Davidson look composed? Absolutely. They're running their offense. They're very positional, and they use a lot of those back screens.
Long-range three by Devin Brown connects. A much different start for the Wildcats than 2 weeks ago when you and I were here, when they got blown out of the home building by the Rhode Island Rams. Shot clock at 7. Djokovic's got it, going against Logan, one of the best shot blockers in the land, and you see deflected. Last touch, VCU. You don't think Logan made a statement there in the defensive end?
Logan is moving his feet so much better. Torn meniscus, ACL last year. He is now just getting back to the point where he's getting close to 100 points.
No one better that has played at least 162 minutes in all of Division I college basketball has a better block percentage than Sean Logan, the senior from Westfield, New Jersey.
When Logan is on the court, I don't think they're as good offensively, but they are so much better on defense. That's his value.
Got a mismatch against Jennings, lays it up and lays it in. Sean Logan has come to play this afternoon. 4 minutes in, 5-point lead for Davidson.
Modern NBA-style offense for VCU. Great balance, drive and kick. Not many set plays, but plenty of talent.
Wide open three for Michael Bell. Front iron, no good, and a foul on the floor. Those that have arrived at Belk Arena like the start of the game, and we know those young men, they love beer. You know why? I told you off the top. Matt McKillop, the head coach from Davidson, picking up the tab for anyone 21 or older. There were plenty of kegs being rolled throughout this arena throughout the course of the day. They're having fun, and you know what? So too are the Wildcats. What do you make of their first action here in over 4 minutes?
First of all, it's for the students only, Steve.
Oh, students only. Okay, I thought we could weasel our way into that.
Maybe after the game. Look, storylines galore in this game. The weather, that's an issue. Would the fans be able to show up? Anytime VCU comes into your building, it's a huge game. And then also, we're trying to figure out who exactly Davidson is. They are the youngest team in the A10, and they got thumped by Rhode Island, a veteran team just like VCU. I love their start on the defensive end. They're getting good stops, they're generating transition points, and they're sharing the ball. Matt McKillop is dressed like he's worth $1 million. I love the fact that he wears suits, and he's got to be thrilled because this is his best Davidson team in his 4 years.
Foul before the timeout on Devin Brown, his first, team's first as well. And VCU's gone over 3 minutes without a bucket until that one goes for the Rams.
Both of these teams can get better when they go to the bench. VCU averages 44 points per game. Both teams 10 deep.
Bell missed on the long-range three down the other end. Michael Bell, who made the last jumper for VCU, hands it off to Terrence Hill Jr., the leading scorer, who gets it down to Bell, who lays it up and in. Intriguing that both leading scorers on both these teams don't start and have it all year.
Say that again, because I want people to focus in on. You don't see that very often.
Both leading scorers for Davidson and VCU as Logan loses it out of bounds come off the bench and have not started a single game the entire season.
And here's Michael Bell coming off the bench. Best ball of his life, 20 points versus St. Joe's, and he does all of the intangibles.
You talked about the depth. We are going to see a lot of different rotations. Roberts Blooms, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, and with the face mask as well, dealing with a broken nose. Hunter Adam, the New Zealand long-range sharpshooter, 44%, also in for Matt McKillop's team. So you're going to see a lot of rotation from both squads throughout the afternoon. Bodies hit the floor, no call. Evans able to save it inbounds, looks to go baseline. And flow, and how about that block? As Bell was going to slam it home, but Manny Joseph said, not here, not today.
And Joseph was on the court for that entire 10-0 run versus Fordham to get Davidson the win. He is a tough defensive player, good athlete.
VCU has it, 4 on the shot clock, quickly in the Bell, turnaround, never really had sense of it, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Quick thought that VCU, all 8 of their points coming in the paint.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea, especially as I mentioned earlier, that if Logan is on the bench, and he's not going to play a ton of minutes, he's on a minutes restriction because of his knee, it's a great idea to take ball to rim not much resistance is expected.
Nick Koval into the game for Davidson, that 6'2" redshirt freshman from Orfield, Pennsylvania. 6 minutes in, Wildcats with the 9-8 lead. Blooms provides a spark when he comes off the bench. See if we'll continue that trend here against VCU. Shot clock at 4. That ball is blocked. Blooms picks it up. Shot clock at 1. Gets it off in time. And it goes.
Wow.
Evans, short one. Front iron, no good. Adam with the rebound. Davidson looking to run. Koval down low in the blocks. Joseph now has it in the corner. Hunter Adam, he can shoot. Davidson, though, discipline. Something Phil Martelli Jr. shared with us, that this team runs its sets. They're very focused and intent on what they do. There's the shot clock now at 4. They're in trouble. Bloom's back door, pull up from 3. Front iron, no good. Boy, Evans can get it down there quickly, and that is too easy for Barry Evans, the 6'8" senior from Baltimore, Maryland.
Barry Evans is probably my favorite player on this VCU team. I love watching him play, his physicality, his toughness.
Koval, long range 3, he's got it. Wildcats 2 of 7 from long range in the early going. They've got a 4-point lead.
Steve, it's crazy how the last time we were sitting in the exact same chairs against Rhode Island, this game was completely flipped. This Davidson team is bringing great energy.
Ahmad Noel misses the long-range 3, second chance opportunity for the Rams. Noel's got it back, shot clock at 10. Hill from long range, back iron well off the mark, second chance opportunity. Bell lays it up and lays it in. Michael Bell, the 6'8" junior from London.
I look at VCU as being the most dangerous fast break team in the conference, but because the offense has been so good for Davidson, there just haven't been many fast break opportunities.
Adam, long range 3. Too strong with that effort. VCU with the rebound, quickly into the front court. Terrence Hill Jr. loses it. Davidson with numbers. Joseph's gonna go the length of the court, lays it up. Not sure if he lost it, got fouled, but Davidson with a 3-on-1 break. Bloom's right place, lays it up and in.
I promise you this, that Phil Martelli Jr. is furious with his team's transition basket. If you go ahead and turn it over, you better run as hard as you can to get back on D.
Shot clock at 8. Evans looking to penetrate. He does, in a gorgeous left-hand finish by Barry Evans.
Defensively, we've seen all man so far from VCU.
Hunter Adam connects from long range, nearly 44.5% from behind the arc this season.
And he was the first guy on the court today.
2.5 hours before the game started. (19-14) Wildcats with the 5-point lead. Great ball movement, a wide open 3. And Terrence Hill Jr. makes some pay. Not in there at that timeout in the huddle. What's Phil Martelli Jr. telling the team?
Right, it wasn't just Coach Martelli. It was his players. They were communicating different offensive messages. I thought it was interesting that Hill said, we've got to go side to side, make the defense move. It'll get easier for everybody else. And then they diagrammed a play to try to get some more motion. Also, really good idea to bring the full court pressure. That's what this Rams defense is built for, is ball pressure.
What does it say about this team, maybe more importantly for Coach Martelli, to listen to the players, to say, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, and players, if they have a message that they believe is their own and the coaches are listening, they'll commit to it even stronger.
Mateo cut off in the paint, shot clock at 8, long range 3 is good again by Hunter Adam. Hunter Adam puts in the time to be one of the best three-point shooters in the Atlantic 10. What did he tell us 2 weeks ago? A couple hundred makes every day, part of his regimen.
It's almost like he's addicted to shooting. You know, we had a chance to talk to Adam, and he said that he is from New Zealand, and he's not used to the fact that there's a massive winter storm coming this way, because in New Zealand, the Kiwis are experiencing the beach and 76 degrees today.
Yeah, it's early part of summer in New Zealand. Hunter Adam also picks up his first personal foul, sending Tyrell Ward to the line where he misses on the first. But something I also observed, Hunter Adam a couple weeks ago had a face guard on, face protection. That's off. He's already connected twice from long range. See if that impacts Roberts Blooms at all. For Davidson, their leading scorers, Ward makes 1 of 2.
I can tell you from experience, when you wear a mask from a broken nose, your peripheral vision is horrific. You can't see anything. I'm impressed that Blooms can play so well with that mask.
There he is with the ball momentarily, 22-18. Wildcats by 4, 9-10 and counting here in the first half of play.
So my message to all ball players, don't break your nose.
Blooms nearly loses it, able to save it. Devin Brown from way downtown. Plateo, though, with the layup follow. Different energy from the Wildcats from 2 weeks ago. And we'll continue revisiting that because we were here. We saw it, and it shows part of the growth of this team over the last 2 weeks, and that is way too easy for Tyrell Ward.
Unacceptable defensive sequence, and that's exactly what Phil Martelli Jr. was diagramming on the last play. Misdirection, spacing, and the middle wide open.
Brown down low to Plateo, lays it up, it's blocked, and it looked like Jadrian Tracy gets called for the foul, but not sure if the hand got through the net as well. The foul is in Tracy as we take another look at Ward.
Yeah, Terrell Ward is a really interesting prospect. 2 years at LSU, 9 points per game as a sophomore. Took a year off, and now he's searching for his game.
Plateo to the line to shoot 2. Barely draws iron. He's better from the field at just over 46% than he is from the line at 43.5%. And that first free throw might give you a good indication why.
It shows you why. And I had a chance to talk to Plateo before he warmed up. And I said, you know, you're from Barcelona. Do they have winter storms and feet of snow coming down? He said, no. And he said he's kind of anxious tomorrow to go check it out, and he said he might make a snowman. And he said, you know, I can make a snowman. You just make 2 snowballs and then get a carrot. And I said, no, there's 3. You need 3 for a snowman.
You need a top hat and a pipe. Plateo missed both free throws, but there was a lane violation on Djokovic, giving Plateo another opportunity, and he finally converts. And Logan back in. We're going to see it in 2, 3, 4-minute spurts, guesstimating mid to high teens in terms of action. Logan will see here today.
And because Logan is protecting the rim, you're going to see more ball pressure by Davidson. When you've got your shot blocker behind you, it gives you confidence, like, I can go out there and attack if my guy gets by me. The big fella's waiting.
Oh, Noel blocked by Logan. That's 3 blocks on the afternoon for the pride of the Garden State, Sean Logan. Sam Brown forces it with the left hand, but gets it to go. Leads up to 7. Davidson, 27. VCU 20, 7:40 and counting here in the first half. Long range 3 by Ward. Back iron too strong. Fredrickson with the rebound. Devin Brown, too strong with the left hand. Second chance opportunity. Logan fouled by Ward, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. We're back inside Belk Arena in North Carolina. Davidson with a 7-point lead over VCU in the first half. A tie for third goes to the winner of this one in the A10 standings. You got a couple of younger coaches looking to make their mark and follow in the footsteps of their fathers, like Phil Martelli, one of the great, not only in this conference, but in college basketball history, a fixture in Philadelphia at St. Joseph's in that run to the Elite Eight in 2004. The other side of things, Matt McKillop following his father, Bob, who 10 NCAA appearances, made that run to the Elite Eight in 2008. A couple weeks ago, got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he's never too far away, Tim.
My favorite part of what you just said is that you can see the carryover from the dads to the sons. There are subtle changes, but Phil Martelli ran a perimeter offense at St. Joe's. He was a visionary. A lot of people in the NBA kind of have the same offense today. And Bob McKillop, just a beautiful offense, the beautiful motion, the spacing, the elite passing. They're both products of what they saw and learned growing up.
Logan missed on both free throws. The foul was actually on Jadrian Tracy, his second. Just the team's second as well. Shot clock at 10. Djokovic tries to go down the lane, and he is fouled on the way up by Sean Logan.
I'm a big fan of Djokovic. As a matter of fact, I think he's one of the top 5 big men in this league. So unique for a center at 6'10" to be able to handle the ball like he can. Defensively, that's a big mistake right there, because 2/3 of a right-handed player's drives are going to be to their strong hand. And if you take that away and force a guy like Djokovic left, he's going to lose about half of a step of his quickness and confidence.
Djokovic converts on both. Shouldn't be a surprise. Started the day leading the Atlantic 10 in made free throws.
Davidson is winning this game for a couple reasons. 52% from the field. 8 different Wildcats have scored. The ball handling has been exemplary. Only 2 turnovers.
Sam Brown with it, gets it to Devin Brown. Shot clock at 8, working it around the perimeter. Fredrickson, nice move, fade away, partially blocked. And they're going to say last touch off of Davidson. Lewis has it up top for the Rams, left corner to Djokovic. Thought about the long-range 3. Logan right there defensively. Good look down low to a cutting Michael Bell, who lays it up and in.
Did you notice the kind of shot that you get when you swing the ball? Swing, drive, attack, and you're going to get a good shot every time.
Something Phil Martelli Jr. shared with us. Swing it, limit the dribbles, work the ball, 8 or 9 of those to get a good quality shot. Scovins misses the short one, rebounded by Jennings. Barry Evans thought about 3. And they'll work it around the perimeter. Nice give and go to Djokovic, but good defense there by Scovins. Unintentional, but a lot of contact. Scovins going to be called for the foul because Djokovic looks like he took it right in the chops.
This is the 3rd year that Bell has been in the program. He understands where to go, what the coaches are expecting from him. He just makes winning plays, and I've watched him the last couple games. I think he's a strong candidate for the most improved player on this Rams team.
That foul was on Scovins, his first, team's 4th. Stolen by Fredrickson. Thinks about pushing it, but VCU back defensively. Devin Brown wide open. Well off the mark. Been nearly 3 minutes since the last field goal for Davidson. VCU trying to make a run. That 3 won't go. Rebounded by Devin Brown. Roberts cut off baseline out to Fredrickson, guarded by Djokovic. Shot clock at 10. Koval has a left wing. Looking to drive, cut off momentarily, shot clock at 3. Fredrickson forces it and gets it to go. A couple of those have gone the way of Davidson as the shot clock was winding down. Got a 5-point lead, 4:20 and counting here in the first half at Belk Arena.
Well, Terrence Hill is the guy that needs to get the ball going. He's been very quiet so far.
Averaging 14 and a half a game, leading the way for the Rams. Shot clock at 7. Lewis cut off. Shot clock at 5. Djokovic has it. Turnaround 15-footer, and he gets it to go as well. The iron's been kind for both teams.
There's an example, once again, of knowing scout reports. Players that are right-handed always come back to their right hand.
Fredrickson forces it off the glass and gets it to go. Playing a much more prominent role, looking for his shot.
2 years at Wake Forest, not really involved in the offense. This is a kid that can really play combo guard position.
What a pass by Hill to Djokovic, who slams it home.
You can watch a lot of basketball and not see a game so clean as this. Low turnovers, good.
Lisa, a lot of great action already in the books. Another good one here in North Carolina between Davidson and VCU. And time for Tim's top 5 A10 big men. We're watching one of them here today.
The A10's loaded with talented center, Steve. The 5 best. There was a tough decision. Frank Mitchell, St. Bonaventure, top rebounder, number 2 scorer. Number 2, Rafael Castro from GW, good team, 16 and 9. Djokovic is so balanced and talented, 13 and 6, a top 10 shot blocker. Robbie Avila, St. Louis, easy call, and Miles Rubin. Here on the last play, nice dish off, attacking the rim. Djokovic, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and all kinds of skill.
He can finish in many ways, and a foul before this ball even got inbounds. That's going to go against VCU. And a steal by Evans. Look out. What a finish by Barry Evans. One of the few miscues we've seen from Davidson so far in the first half. 31-30, Davidson by a single point. Final 3 minutes of action here in the first half of play. Nick Koval's got it left wing, looks to drive, gets it to Plateo baseline. Nice little look. Scovins unable to finish. Second chance opportunity. Scovins misses that one. Ball still alive. Blooms pulls it in for perhaps the 3rd time the charm for Davidson on this trip down. How about that up and under? That wouldn't go by Plateo.
Yeah, that sequence could be on Plateo's highlight reel almost. He threw 2 beautiful passes and then missed a beautiful layup inside. Up, under, Jokic type of style. And that's a place where you've got to use the backboard.
That one went off Davidson. You had 3 Wildcats telling Matt McKillop, let's challenge, and he said, we're good for the moment. So possession for the Rams, looking to take the lead. Jennings from long range doesn't go. Bell, though, with the rebound. Second chance opportunity for VCU, and no one picks up Jennings on the switch. Goes right at Scovins, then finishes.
At times, the best offense for VCU is to shoot, miss, and go get it.
Scovins got it, looking to go down low on the right side. Too strong. Plateo misses the follow. And Hill comes down with the loose ball. Quickly into the front court for the Rams, cut off by Blooms. Long range 3, off the mark by Ward. Last touch, Davidson. Quick moment to let you know the season for the PGA Tour Champions is underway in Hawaii. Final round coverage tonight of the Mitsubishi Electric Championship, 7 p.m. Eastern on Golf Channel. So finish this game with us, then you can see how the other folks are hanging out in Hawaii.
No frost alert out there either.
They do not have to worry about what 2/3 of the country is dealing with and will continue for days to come.
Is it a polar vortex or a high pressure system or a snow getting wet?
It's a mess. Hill with the pullback, step back, pull up three, gets it to go, and you're right on all of them. Hope everyone watching stay safe, stay off the roads, and enjoy the action. Rams up by 4, and they've turned it on in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
I find it interesting how the history of VCU basketball has been pressure, attack style defense. Phil Martelli Jr.'s team is much different than that.
Logan was fouled by Michael Bell as he was trying to back down in the paint. And you know you can get beat by Terrence Hill Jr. in so many ways.
When you look back at his career, last year he played 6 minutes per game. And guess what? He didn't leave. That's so unusual nowadays. He just went back to work and got better and became their best scorer on offense.
VCU up 4, courtesy of a 9-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes and change. Bloom's long-range jumper off the mark, rebounded by Evans. But a 10-second differential on the shot clock and game clock. So likely the last possession for Evans. Assuming VCU, as Evans had it momentarily. Great look again. Djokovic, courtesy of Hill, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Quick reminder, halftime report coming your way in 25.5 seconds. George Mason upset on the road. Highlights all around the country coming your way with Lisa Kearney and Dallin Coffin. Reminder, the top 7 in the A10 where things stand as Djokovic heads to the line and makes the first. Just one undefeated team left, and I'm not going to name names, but on the drive in, someone next to me said, watch Rhode Island against George Mason. Were you in the car with me, too?
I think that was me. And what about St. Louis yesterday? My gosh, 35-point victory over St. Bonaventure. It was an annihilation. 19-1, and right now you'd have to say that this St. Louis team is by far the best team in this league.
Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Rams, 37-31, shot clock off. Sam Brown and the Wildcats can play for the final one here in this first half of play. We're down to 8, getting a high screen from Logan and a whistle as well. And something to consider, taking the lead into the first 20 minutes of play after it's done. VCU's 13-1 when they've led at the half this year. Davidson 10-1.
Right now, Phil Martelli Jr. is elated because Davidson is down 6 and they have played so hard. They've executed their game plan. They've got the kind of shots they want. And right now, VCU is the better team.
The foul was on Hill. The clock's at 3. Sam Brown's going to have to force it. He does. Front iron, no good. And to that point, Tim, it felt like for 15 minutes, Davidson had control of it. That's a trend Phil Martelli Jr. would certainly love to see continue, led by Lazar Djokovic with 10. And got to go all the way down to the right-hand side. Hunter Adams leading the way for the Wildcats with 6 in the first half.
I'm not sure who to focus on because 8 different VCU Rams have led the team in scoring. Defensively, that creates a dilemma. Who do you focus on? If you put too much emphasis on one guy, his teammate's going to kill you.
Flip side, Davidson had 11 guys see action in the first half. 8 during the course of the season. Average 15 minutes or more, and not a single Wildcat plays more than 25 minutes per game. A near steal by the Wildcats, but there was a foul by VCU on the play. That is on Jadrian Tracy, his 3rd. Something to keep an eye on.
Man, I'm not sure what Jennings was seeing there. He threw it right to Davidson.
First possession here in the final 20 for the Wildcats, down 6. Brown cut off baseline up top to Sam Brown. Pull up 12-footer, good. Exactly the start Matt McKillop would want. Force a turnover, convert on the first trip down offensively. Down low in the blocks, Djokovic against Plateo, double team momentarily, and another forced turnover. Scovins picks up that loose ball, and Sam Brown quickly into the front court.
Sam Brown is a really positive story. A Penn transfer that played for St. Joe's head coach Steve Donahue. And defensively really turning things up here in the second half. Matt McKillop is a man-to-man defensive guy. I like the way that they came out, and they understand against VCU. Job number one is always transition defense, but they're also really good from a positional standpoint. It's hard to get open shots against Davidson because they really play their gap coverage very well.
Devin Brown on the line, converts on both free throws. That foul was on Brandon Jennings of VCU, his first. Quick 4-0 run out of the gate in the first minute and change for the Wildcats. 6 VCU turnovers has led to 9 points for the Wildcats. Djokovic cut off by Plateo. Up top to Jennings, shot clock at 6. Jennings, turnaround lefty. Boy, that is a smooth looking stroke.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you do defensively against that, but I would like to see more full court pressure, and even in the half court, extend the defense and put the pressure on Davidson. But you have to worry about those back cuts.
Sam Brown, another pull-up jumper, back iron too strong, rebounded, pulled in by Devin Brown. Sam's gonna launch it again, back iron too strong yet again, and look at Djokovic flying there for that rebound. Pulls up, 3. He does it on both ends of the floor. Lazar Djokovic now with 13.
And that's part of the reason why he's on my best big men in the A10 list.
You're onto something there, aren't you? Sam Brown defended tightly by Lewis, but Sam Brown, the guy you were just talking about, coming out here in the second half.
There's a lot to like about VCU, but their rim protection just not good enough.
And that's going to be another miscue by VCU. And we're teetering between Djokovic. Was it a 2? Was it a 3? Initially, I called it a 3. That angle you can't tell, but right now they have it as a 2-pointer by Lazar. And that's going to be a violation on Devin Brown underneath the basket there. Looked like he might have left that stationary position, Tim. And it wasn't after a made basket. You need to stand still. So a couple of miscues, one by each team. The ball right back to VCU. How about Scovins getting his hands up there? Yeah, there it is. Feet shuffled before we go in multiple times. Just a freshman from Ohio, the Division I High School Player of the Year in Ohio a season ago.
Interesting stat, Steve. Both of these teams had all 5 of their top 5 scorers from last year leave. And that's why it's so impressive that this game, the winner, will be in 3rd place in the A10.
Yeah, tied with Dayton, and it's what Phil Martelli Jr. told us. This team, it's been about a collective experience with so many new faces in this new modern college basketball world. Another miscue by VCU. Devin Brown into the front court, nearly loses it. Gets it to Sam Brown, and Davidson will set. Fredrickson looks to go down the lane, up and under, covered each and every way.
But they've got to go inside. Remember, no shot blocking at all for this VCU defense.
Nice finish by Devin Brown. Rams up 2, 41-39. Give and go from Hill to Evans, now in the corner to Djokovic. Jennings baseline cut off, great finish by Bell. Near finish, a really good look to get it to Bell, who will head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Devin Brown was a high school standout in Ohio, and he talked to his team a couple weeks ago and said, guys, when I was in high school, we won a state championship because everybody embraced their role and then tried to dominate their role. If we do the same thing, we're capable of so much more.
He's got 9 tonight. He's coming off the Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Week performance. As Bell goes to the line to shoot two right into, it appears, the swimming team from Davidson College.
And they're there because their chest is spelling out
beer. They love beer.
They love beer. And Matt McKillop, for any student that would brave the weather to come here, he bought them beer.
It worked as Bell misses both. As long as you're of legal age, it's on coach.
Or you're not broadcasting a game.
That too, Brown from three. That was for the lead. Scovins with the finish, and he's fouled.
I never trust VCU on the defensive glass. Why? They've got this junkyard dog pressure defense, and it spreads them out, which creates opportunities to crash the offensive glass. And man, Scovins is playing some good ball. Just had his 1,000th point. He's a rim rocker.
Foul was on Terrence Hill Jr. The three-point play for Scovins has given the Wildcats the lead, 42-41, and it's getting loud inside Belk Arena. Djokovic silences them for the moment.
That's the shot they'll live with, though, right? A contested three in the corner by your 6'10" center.
Who now has 15, leading the way for both teams.
And notice the spacing inside.
Scovins got his defender in the air, and he will finish and get fouled once again. 45-44, VCU with a one-point lead. We quickly found out during that break that original long-range jumper by Djokovic was the three, hence the Rams now with the one-point lead. And Phil Martelli Jr. knows coming on the road, trying to get a win, not easy.
And he shared with us that when he was in college, he read a book called Success Leaves Clues. And he asked his team, why are we successful? We're in game 20. We each have collective experiences that we've grown from. And he said, so what are the things that we've learned this year? Well, first of all, bench energy is really important. It gives us a clue. If we bring bench energy, we win. And then the ball movement on offense, same thing. When we share the ball, high assist, that's a clue that we're going to win. The third one that he mentioned is an area that I haven't seen in the second half. Do you remember what he said it was?
Something on the defensive end, if memory serves.
Defensive presence. Those were his words. And I have not seen that defensive presence here in the second half. As a matter of fact, we were talking at halftime. In the first half, the Rams built their lead because they were plus 10 points in the paint. Since the second half started, plus 8 points in the paint by Davidson. They flipped it.
And Scovins to the line to convert the three-point play. The foul before the break was on Michael Bell, his second personal, and we're tied at 45. VCU perfect from the floor in the second half. It's early, but 3 of 3 to this point. We got a whistle as Djokovic got it down low and looked to be on Scovins.
As I'm watching VCU, I'd like to see Terrence Hill get the ball. You know what he's elite at? He can move the defense with his eyes. He uses ball movement, but his eyes can actually get him a shot. I'd love to see him get the ball in a one-on-one setting.
Foul was on Scovins, his second. Jennings with the drive and the finish as the shot clock was winding down. But that's what Hill can do, right? When you're a shooter or a scorer, you're always a threat.
Yeah, and he's been out for a long time here in this second half. Remember, he's their top scorer, and he comes off the bench.
Shot clock at 10. Devin Brown has it about 22 feet from the hoop, and he'll launch from there, and in and out, doesn't go. Djokovic with the rebound.
Seems like the pace has slowed up a little bit in the second half.
Hill was fouled as he was double-teamed momentarily a moment ago. This was the finish by Jennings.
And the same comment that I made about Hill, you can make about Jennings. Great one-on-one scores. They can set their defender up with their eyes, with a head movement, with a ball fake, and that's one of the great cues that Phil Martelli was talking about. When you have something that works, you go back to it over and over.
Parker Fredrickson picked up the foul as VCU throws it out of bounds. You talked about the pace slowing down. Which team do you believe is sort of the one leading the way in that fashion?
Davidson, without question. And if you would have asked VCU before the game, do you want 80 points above or less? And that's a pace that would be better, high-scoring, fast-paced for VCU.
Yeah, VCU averaging nearly 85 points a game. And you look at the analytics, our good friends at CBB Analytics, the pace. It's all about moving the ball. The Rams do it very well. The Wildcats are the other end of the spectrum. Foul on Tyrell Ward, his second. And Sam Brown loses it. Hill picks up the loose ball. Rams with it and a 2-point lead. A lot of whistles here in the second half. We didn't see it in the first half, just 10 total fouls called. We're nearing that mark, and we're only about 6 minutes and change in. And that one's going to go against Roberts Blooms, his second for the Davidson Wildcats, team's fourth. And to that point, already 9 fouls called between both teams here in the second half.
Blooms has been quiet, and I don't believe that Davidson can win this game if he stays on 4 points. They're going to need him to try to get more aggressive offensively.
Michael Bell picked up his dribble in front of the VCU bench. Sam Brown was all over him, so the Rams say, let's hold on to the ball, a timeout on the floor. You just wonder how many wins for Scheffler in the next 9 to 12 months, because what we've seen from him for 4+ years, he's putting on one of the more impressive stretches in recent memory since some guy named Tiger was ripping it up for 20 years. All right, back out to the action. VCU with the ball and a 2-point lead. Shot clock at 6. Hill forces it, no good. Scobins with the rebound.
Remember, the way that Davidson got back in the game is going to the paint. Side to side, attack mode. They can get layups against this defense.
Brown down low to Scobins. Cut off momentarily. Scobins forces it, doesn't go. Almost gets the loose ball, but picked up by Bell. Quickly in the hands of Hill into the front court. Nice spin move by Hill. Extra pass by VCU. Jennings had the look, didn't take it. Hill will. Back iron too strong. Rebounded by Devin Brown. Brown fakes the 3. Great look down low to Scovins, who finishes and ties this one up. And that energizes the fans here in Belk Arena just a little bit more on this Saturday. Jennings, left wing, shot clock at 8, double team, tries to get it down low. Logan picks up the loose ball. Wildcats force another miscue by the Rams.
2 weeks ago, Rhode Island came in here and thumped Davidson. They were big, they were strong, they were physical, they were tougher than Davidson. I love the response by this Davidson team. They are playing very tough.
There's Blooms, and he converts from long range. You said it, he needs to get more engaged. If you believe Davidson has a chance to win, maybe that's the start.
It's not good to be the road team in the A-10 today.
Dayton lost, George Mason lost. Jennings nearly loses it, but gets it to Bell, who kicks it up top to Djokovic, guarded by Logan. Great defense by Logan, who got a piece of it for the 4th block of the afternoon for Logan. Long range 3, and as the shot clock expired, VCU is bailed out by Tyrell Ward.
I think that's the shot of the game so far for VCU. It ties the score and quiets the crowd.
Blooms tries to get him back on the feet. In and out, doesn't go. was double teamed momentarily. The foul's going to be on Nick Koval. Got a good one unfolding here at Belk Arena, Davidson, North Carolina. The Rams and Wildcats tied up at 50, and it hasn't deterred the fans. What hasn't deterred the fans? Winter Storm Fern, which has wreaked havoc and will continue to do so for about 2/3 of the country. There have been a lot of games rescheduled, times moved up. But I'm telling you, I think 77 North is the play about an hour from now.
So I'm not a meteorologist. Is that blue stuff, is that not good? And the purple, what does that mean?
I believe blue is snow, the purple and the pink is the sleet, the wintry mix, the frozen rain. That means you hunker down, but with over 9,000 flights canceled on this Saturday at all the airports across the U.S., you know what winners do? They find a way.
That's exactly right. Up 77.
Keep going.
Highway 77, here we come. The happiest guy in the building right now is Matt McKillop, because they're tied and they've only made one free throw with just over 10 minutes to go.
Long range three by the Rams, well off the mark by Jadrian Tracy, who's back in with those 3 fouls. Terrence Hill Jr. only with 6 points, something to keep an eye on for the leading scorer for VCU. Adam made 2 threes in the first half. He had the ball momentarily. Now off to Fredrickson. Tries to get it down low, and there's a steal by the Rams. VCU looking to run Evans into the front court. That is a strong-looking finish and move by Tyrell Ward right into Hunter Adam, giving the Rams that 2-point lead once again.
And this is a massively important game for these fans, for these players. 6 straight times VCU has beaten Davidson.
Fredrickson fouled on the way. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
In transition, I love players that can play off of 2 feet. If he would have gone off 1 foot, he would have not had the balance, the power, or the strength to finish. That was a beautiful play off the dribble. And what you do in the past, that could have been easily an offensive foul, but now you target the defender's chest.
Foul on Ahmad Noel, his second. Fredrickson, a 70% free throw shooter, makes the first.
When I watch Parker Fredrickson, I'm not saying he's that type of player, but Tyler Hero is a combo guard. They look a little bit alike, and I think that at his best, he can make some of those type of plays.
And he scored 27, his career high earlier this season. Was a little under the weather on Wednesday and Thursday, so maybe not quite at 100% as the game tied. Once again, Hill down low to Ward. That is a strong finish, and he'll head to the line to shoot 1 more.
Ward is a difference maker in the second half. Beautiful delivery inside, hang time finish. And here's another play off 2 feet. You get your balance, you get your nice wide base, and I can promise you this, the second that Sean Logan goes out of the game, defensively, Davidson has a major drop.
Foul on Hunter Adam, his second. Ward unable to convert. Rebounded by Sam Brown. Davidson with the ball, down 2.
There's that beautiful motion offense. The problem with motion is if you've got a hot scorer or a mismatch, it's kind of hard to target them and get them the ball.
Sam Brown with it, shot clock at 5, lays it up and lays it in. Sam Brown.
This kind of feels like one of those games that's going to go down to 1 possession.
Hill will head to the line to shoot 2.
Do you think that Davidson can win this game with only 1 made free throw?
We're going to find out, aren't we? He's a threat to shoot, to score, to slash, to distribute.
Yeah, and Hill does a lot. He's from Portland. He's a scoring guard, and he met his hero when he was younger, Dame Lillard. Makes a lot of sense. He actually said that he once made a game winner when Dame was there watching him.
Maybe he'll hit a game winner about 30 minutes from now. The foul is on Roberts Blooms. His third. He heads to the bench. Hill converts them both. He now has 8.
This is the pressure that I like to see. And I asked the question earlier, does Davidson look composed against this full court pressure? And I think the answer has been definitely yes.
See how composed they will be in the final 9 minutes here at Belcarina. Kevin Brown looks to drive, cut off, double teamed up top to Hunter Adam, who had the lane, got Djokovic airborne, and I think they're going to call a foul on either Djokovic or Jennings. Either way, nice fake by Hunter Adam.
And the fact that Hunter Adams is able to make perimeter shots, it pulls the defense out and creates those gaps for him to be able to drive.
Doesn't get to the line very often, but when he does, pretty successful. 8 of 9 so far this season. And the foul was on Djokovic, his first.
Maybe he needs to step out farther. He's got such great range.
Misses them both. Both teams 4-2 starting this one in league play. The winner will move to 5-2 and will be tied for third in the Atlantic 10. We're still well away from March, but you start thinking about the top 4, a double bye in the conference tournament. All things that come into play by the end of the year. Djokovic with the short finish.
Well, that's been the best offense, Hill to Djokovic so far for VCU.
Fredrickson, right wing, front iron no good. Adam and Bell fight for it. They'll say last touch off Michael Bell.
You know, they're considering whether to challenge that or not.
And they do. So they've got the iPad back there. You saw about half the coaching staff taking a look, and you gauge, you probably have 10, 15, 20 seconds, Tim, to, if you're lucky, to have that chance to sit. But look, they scour it. They take a peek. They're going to take a look at it. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll let you know. Sometimes the person with the tablet can be the unsung hero, especially when they can convince the head coach it's worth a challenge.
And that's Harrison Chipkin. He's the video coordinator for VCU. Last week, he got a call right. He said, yeah, let's review it. They won. And the team actually got him a T-shirt that said, Harrison finally got one right. And there you see, it clearly goes off of the hand of Adam. And can you confirm that?
I can confirm it. The officials just let me know that's the case. So VCU wins the challenge.
Harrison's a hero now.
Oh, what are they going to do for that?
They're all patting him on the back. Get him a cake, get him a present.
Something. They don't lose the timeout, and still an additional challenge if needed. One of the new little fine-tunings is the rules always getting updated and adjusted just a little bit, but you've got to have a timeout for something like that to come into play, and it worked out for the Rams. They've got the ball. They're up 4. 8:04 remaining in this one.
2-1-2. Token pressure just to give a different look. Why? Because VCU probably targeted a specific play they want to run or somebody they want to get the ball to. By running some pressure, it takes them out of that.
Shot clock at 10. Hill to Djokovic. That one swatted away and picked up by the Wildcats. Devin Brown, left wing to Sam Brown. Cut off on the baseline. Shot clock at 15, so they'll get it up top and reset. Shot clock now at 8. Long range three by Sam Brown. Doesn't go. And that's going to be a foul on JQ Roberts as the VCU man had position and went down hard. And that was Terrence Hill Jr. Getting a little more scrappy out there, both teams, as we take a look at those standings. St. Louis, the standard. George Mason lost earlier today. So too did Dayton. So the winner of this one will move to 5-2 in the Atlantic 10 and tied for third in the league.
45 days until the A10 tournament in Pittsburgh. And yes, things are heating up. Whoever wins this game will be tied for third place. Top four get a double bye.
The foul was on JQ Roberts, his first. VCU in the bonus, and Hill makes the first. Last 9 games, Terrence Hill Jr. in double figures. Makes this, extends that streak to 10.
And if he makes this, it allows VCU to set up their defense.
There it is. The streak continues. The lead now 6 for VCU, and there's the pressure. Feels like a critical 2-minute stretch here for the Wildcats.
And it does, because 2 minutes takes us right to crunch time. Davidson has a lot of strengths. Free throw shooting in crunch time is not one of them.
Fredrickson off the screen, down low to Logan, who lays it up and doesn't get it to go. And a whistle on the floor. That was a really good look down low, and Logan couldn't finish.
This happens sometimes. Logan does not get his shoulders all the way square to the backboard. It gives you a better angle, and from that way, it's a blown layup. And what a good success story Sean Logan is. He tore his ACL, and he spent his entire summer getting good at being able to recreate his knee, but also work on his core and his nutrition and his hydration. He is so much stronger than he was before the injury.
63% from the line is Logan, who was fouled on the way up by Lazar Djokovic. The second on Djokovic. Logan trying to make his first from the line today. He's 0 of 3, make it 0 of 4. .6:15 counting. Rams with the ball and a 6-point lead. Hill guarded by Fredrickson. Just hangs in the air, finishes off the glass.
Well, these Rams are so good with their versatility. They've got so many weapons.
Sam Brown with an answer. Trying to get the crowd engaged and on their feet. Jennings has it up top, shot clock at 10. Pull-up jumper. Oh, what a kind roll if you're a fan of the Rams.
And as time creeps down and that score starts to rise for VCU, remember, Davidson shoots pretty well from 3. They just don't take a lot. This is more of a get-to-the-rim team.
You talked about those clutch time free throws or lack thereof as Scovins goes up with the left hand and finishes. It is something that Davidson struggles with on many occasions. Back within 6, final 5.5 here in Davidson, North Carolina. He can take over a game, can he? Terrence Hill Jr. Double team, finds a way, creates his own shot. And the lead back up to 8. And they continue to shoot well, does VCU from 2-point range. But Scovin converts from long range, and they're going to need more of that. Look at Matt McKillop imploring this crowd to get involved. Hill up top to Bell, who drives 10-footer, good.
Yep. Very impressive finishes. Clutch time is something that VCU is excelling at right now. Tough shots with extended hands on defense.
(68-61), VCU on top of Davidson by 7, 4:34 remaining in this one, Tim.
Well, we talked a little bit about the postseason and how exciting it's going to be this year, but I want to go back a year because last year's team with Max Scholga and Joe Bamaseal and Phil Russell, also Jack Clark was the MVP of the A10 tournament. This is a team that had their coach leave. They've got a new coach. They've got new players, 5 new starters. And to watch them operate with the game on the line is really impressive. Remember, this is a team that doesn't really have the traditional point guard. Ace Bailey, Zeb Jackson, Eric Maynard, guys like that. They share the point guard with 4 different players, all handling and creating.
If you're Davidson, who do you go to here in the next possession or two offensively?
Scovins and his ability to drive and finish is going to be really good because there's no shot blocking at all for VCU.
Sam Brown, fadeaway, got it. Sam Brown now with 12. The Wildcats back within 5. There's Hill. Strong off the glass, rebounded by Devin Brown. Davidson looking to run, gets it to Scovins. In the corner, Brown had the 3, got it again, and he makes it! He had the look, he hesitated, and got a better look. 3:30 remaining, VCU by 2. Shot clock at 10, Jennings in the corner to Bell, who looks to drive, cut off by Scovins, forces it, front iron no good, saved by the Wildcats, and Davidson with the ball and a chance to tie or take the lead. They can make it 3 as we hit the 3-minute mark.
Great success for Davidson when they get to the paint. Go side to side, don't take the quick shot. Time to go to work right now.
Shot clock at 9. Fredrickson drives and is blocked by Terrence Hill Jr. Does it on both ends of the floor. We got a good one. It's clutch time, and that means we got a good one. We certainly do. VCU just a 2-point lead. Davidson on a 6-0 run over the last minute and 57 seconds. And some numbers to keep in mind, courtesy of our friends CBB Analytics. If it gets to the free throw line, the Rams are good, really good at 85.2%. On the flip side, if it comes down to something from the charity stripe, that's what you talked about, Tim. Davidson struggles.
But against Fordham on Wednesday, Matt McKillop's team was 7 for 8 from the free throw line in clutch time, and that's got to give them something to build upon.
Wildcats with possession, trying to inbound it. Shot clock at 5. Devin Brown drives, goes up, a lot of contact, no call. Rebounded by Terrence Hill Jr.
Was there a lot of contact? Yes. Matt McKillop did not respond. I think he was fine with letting them play. This has been a physical game, but it's been very consistent.
And very well officiated on both ends of the floor. Hill looks to drive. Goes baseline, one way. Cut off the other way by Devin Brown. Shot clock at 3. Jennings is going to have to launch. He does. In and out, doesn't go, but Jennings gets the rebound.
The best set for the Rams so far has been Djokovic setting a screen for Jennings or Hill. Let's see if they can get into it.
Hill has it. Shot clock at 8. Gets it to Jennings. Right back to Hill, who launches from 3. Well off the mark. Djokovic, a big-time offensive rebound. And then he found himself all alone. Lays it up and in. The lead is 4.
Plenty of time, but no situation where they should be going side to side. Be aggressive and try to get Brown involved.
There he is. Sam Brown again from long range. Sam Brown with the hot hand leading the way for the Wildcats. He has 18.
And great adjustment by getting Logan into the game. You've got your top defensive player. Remember, if you don't worry about minutes, he is one of the highest shot block rate players in all of college basketball.
He is number one. Scovins getting treated on the bench. A minute 15 and counting. The Rams with the ball in a 1-point lead. Back to Jennings, who drives. Back iron, can't finish. A lot of contact underneath. Who comes down with it? It's Djokovic, who apparently had it stripped, but they're going to say he was fouled on the way up. Matt McKillop can't believe it. Jackets off.
There are 10 guys in the paint, all going for this rebound. Who is the biggest, baddest guy in the building? It's Djokovic. Djokovic goes to the foul line with an opportunity to extend the lead.
Matt McKillop putting the jacket back on, because I thought for a moment it was going about 4 rows back. Looked like a pretty clean strip from Hunter, but as you said, so many bodies, so many hands in there.
The referees were watching him. Very wise to put the jacket back on.
In and out for the man who leads the conference in made free throws. Under a minute to go. Davidson down 1 and with the ball. Up top, Fredrickson, shot clock at 15. 27-second differential as Devin Brown drives, and he is tied up momentarily, and they're going to call a jump ball. Head referee Tim Kelly said Barry Evans had enough hand on the ball before the finish for the Wildcats. The good news, if you're a fan of the Wildcats, they have the possession arrow. They'll maintain the ball. 9 on the shot clock, 36.8 on the game clock. Devin Brown to inbound underneath. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Wildcats, and Matt McKillop isn't thrilled. Davidson with the ball, down 1, 9 to shoot. What are you drawing up if you're head coach Matt McKillop?
Brown has been a master at using screens. You've got a quick hitter in your defensive lineup for Phil Martelli Jr. They've got to talk and be able to switch 1 through 5. But definitely the guy to target is Sam Brown, number 11.
Fredrickson gets it right wing, guarded by Djokovic. Shot clock at 6. They're going to have to hustle. Hunter Adam going to drive, pull up 8-footer off the glass, too strong. Tipped around, pulled down by Michael Bell of VCU, who's fouled by Devin Brown.
Michael Bell makes every big hustle play. His defense was exemplary on that, and to come up with the rebound with a chance to extend is beautiful.
Maybe not the number 1 look, but still a good one by Hunter Adam. Second on Devin Brown. Bell to the line where he shoots 57.5% this season. That's big for the man who had a career high Monday against St. Joe's where he scored 20. He now has 11 today.
Make a free throw, it's a 3-point lead, and you get a chance to set up your defense. But now all of a sudden, you would probably extend it a little bit more to protect against the 3-point line.
2 big free throws by Bell. The lead is 3. The shot clock is off. 25.8 remaining in this one. 1 timeout for the Wildcats. Do you call it or do you let them go, Tim?
Let them go. Versus an unset defense, they can get a mistake by VCU.
Fredrickson's got a lane. High back iron, no good. Pulled down by the Rams. And Jennings is going to be fouled. Do you like the look by Fredrickson, considering no one was on him until the very last moment?
I like the play, except that Sam Brown was alone in the corner for 3. They got exactly what they wanted, but they didn't deliver the ball.
That will send Jennings to the line. Nearly 88% from the free throw stripe this year is the 6'4" sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, looking to make it a 2-possession game. Off the mark with the first. Again, the foul was on Devin Brown, his 3rd.
clutch time free throws, VCU has been very good this year.
Jennings makes the second. The lead is 4. 10.1 seconds remaining. Shot clock off. The Wildcats need to hustle. Devin Brown struggling to get it in, and Davidson is they're gonna have to call their final timeout just to get the ball inbounds.
Full court pressure expected from VCU. They do not want to let Davidson dribble into a 3. 2-possession game. No need to foul if you are VCU. The key thing is to keep your man in front of you and take as much time as you possibly can.
This Saturday has delivered. We're hoping next Saturday does as well. A triple header on tap. St. Joe's at LaSalle, Davidson at Richmond, George Mason heading to Olean, New York to take on St. Bonaventure. So no more timeout for the Wildcat. They got to score quickly, try to force a turnover, foul. A lot of permutations in the mix as we're coming down the stretch here at Belk Arena, and hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. What does it say about VCU to withstand the early run in the first half, build that intermission lead, and sort of right now come out on the better side of things?
It's a team and a program that has warrior tendencies. They play very, very hard. They have 11 guys in the rotation. Their practices are extremely competitive. And to come in here, remember, when you play VCU, they are a headliner in the A-10. It's a big game for everyone, and they've taken a lot of hits in this game, but they're in a great position to win this with 10 seconds to go.
Scovins, Fredrickson, Logan, Sam Brown, Devin Brown, all on the floor for Davidson. Sam Brown wasn't ready for that pass by Devin, picked off by Jennings, and likely just to dribble out the remaining seconds. And then finally, Devin Brown foul. So after turning it over, I think the Wildcats were in shock of what just happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't foul immediately. Also, it would have been a great advantage to have your last timeout still available. Some pretty good defense by Brandon Jennings on the steal. Ball game, VCU.
So you come out of the timeout and unable to get the ball inbounds as Jennings makes the first of 2.
Surprisingly, everybody on the Wildcats was running down the court rather than securing the basketball. A lethal mistake.
2 of 2 for Jennings. The Rams by 6 in the final 2 seconds. Gonna tick off of this one, and VCU finds a way. You said it earlier. Maybe this day on the road for visiting teams going to be a struggle. Hats off to VCU and Phil Martelli Jr.
VCU is a special program. They were champions last year, and Phil Martelli Jr. is trying to build the same exact culture and expectation.
And with the win, as we mentioned, now 5-2, VCU tied for 3rd in the Atlantic 10. The loss drops Davidson down to 4-3 in league play.